Hello, teacher Alex.
Hello, Wee, how are you? How do you feel today?
I'm really good. How about you?
Fantastic. It makes me feel very happy to see you one more time. So
Yeah.
allow me to ask you the magic question of every class.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
What?
Okay. I will answer. In our previous class, we learned about non-defining relative clauses. In that lesson, we have learned about its roles, its place in a sentence, its roles, and its characteristic.
That is correct. In our previous class, we talked about not defining relative clauses. All right. So
All right.
in addition to this, I wanted to tell you um, for tomorrow's class, we are going to have your periodic evaluation, all right? Since you know we
Uh-huh.
are currently teaching you, or I'm currently teaching you unit number 6, all right? So therefore,
Okay.
then I'm gonna be working with your evaluation. Now let me just 1 second. I see here that by mistake, I opened another material that is not yours.
Oh, okay.
Just 1 second, all right?
All right. All right.
And how's your day? How have you been?
Yeah. Today, I think that is
What is new?
it's like a normal day, but it's a little bit more tired because now we have to attend online classes because the
Oh
COVID-19
yeah,
we cannot go to school.
yeah, I do understand. Yeah, I have some other students that they have classes, and you know, as regular school, and even some of them were kind of like limited, you know, with the with their schedule.
Yes, and I can say that having online classes is really tired
Yeah, but I
because
think you,
we have to look at like the screen all the time, and it's make my eye tired.
yeah, you have to be there in your computer like all these hours. How many hours a day do you take classes in your regular school?
In my main schedule, I have to have 4 hour classes.
4 hour classes? Okay, wow. And then, well, it's not easy.
Yeah, and moreover, in the afternoon, I have to attend some extra classes.
Like type of, so let's say types of workshops.
Yes, and it lasts and every extra classes last for about 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Okay, this is the, but in this case, those are additional classes, right? Out of a
Yes,
program.
yeah.
Okay, I see.
So
In our
in your
last
country,
class,
just
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. You can go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna ask you. In
Okay.
our previous class, we cover unit number lesson number 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, today's lesson number 3. Allow me just 1 second, real quick. What's happened is that I opened another material,
All right.
and now the computer is in the process of downloading a video, and it's taking me a little bit, but don't worry,
Okay. Okay.
we'll compensate the time. So let me give you just some instructions. Meanwhile, we are with this. We tomorrow I will encourage you to study all related to the topic givens, like non-defined relative clauses, I will encourage you to read. I think I gave you something about formal letter, right?
Mm, formal letters.
Okay, so
Well,
I'm gonna encourage you to study all that.
okay.
Given the reason, because we're gonna work with this, that part is very important to me to work with this. So in addition to this, I want you
Mhm.
to practice, all right? If you can, if you have the opportunity at home to practice that, I will highly appreciate it because that's gonna help you a lot.
Okay.
So I'm kind of having some. I'm afraid I will need to contact Shen because I have an issue here.
Formal.
Okay, I know what is it. Okay, fantastic. Got it. I got it here. I think the problem is solved. It was a big problem with this. I'm afraid that my computer, I will have to do something here. Wow, that's a challenge. Okay, in our last class, I'm afraid that we covered the education for life, right? So do you remember that?
Mm, I think that the education in life is education for life, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So we talk about the importance of education, and I was asking you some, let's say, practical questions about what is the importance of that nation that studies, or rather, what is the importance of a society that educates properly, all right, its citizens? What do you think about that?
Um, I think the first like the first advantage of having a good education of a country is that that can help that country to improve the economy.
Okay,
And
so
next, its habitant will have a really happy life.
they will have a really happy life. Let me tell you something. Can you give me a practical example of this?
Practical.
Yeah, give me an example. I want you to set an example. So maybe I just want you to be creative, try to use your ideas, and tell me an example where by having education or learning something new may help you in your life, you know, in your today's life.
Of a country or of like some individuals.
All right.
Mm, okay. Let
I'm
me
gonna
think
give you an
on that.
example. All right. Look at this.
All right.
For example, all right. Let's suppose that I am a bricklayer. I am a person who is currently needing a bricklayer, maybe to do a construction work at home. However, maybe I take classes of how to build houses, how to right, repair walls and all that. Maybe I did
Yeah.
not know how to do that, but I was taking courses of this. Then after that, I have to pay because I already learned how to do these things before I have to pay. But since I already learned how to do that, so that means I'm going to save that money because I will be able to do that by myself. Therefore,
Oh,
because I'm not gonna be spending money thanks to education, that might be a practical example of whatever you learn in life will be an advantage for you and it's gonna impact your life positively. So can you set an example or maybe the example of somebody else that studied and became an overachiever thanks to his education?
okay. Education.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Can you set an example?
I remember in my family.
Oh, in
Okay.
your
I
family.
remember in my family. Yes. No, no, and not actually. It's not in my family. In my grandparents' family.
Oh, your
Um,
grandpa's
my
family.
grandma had. Yes. My grandma had three daughter and one son. And my mother's sister is like when she was born, the economy of our house is not too really good, wasn't too really good, and so she wasn't allowed to go to school well, and now she just earned about like eight millions VND once month, and but my uncle who was born after my mother's sister about 6 years. Yeah, he has the condition to go to the school, and now he earn about 20 millions VND once month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So you see, and this is one example of when somebody is limited. Let me tell you something. This is an example when somebody is limited, all right, and is
mhm.
able to do whatever he wants. You know, let me tell you something. I think, in my opinion, so this is a personal consideration, of course. I don't know if maybe you share the same point of view, but the thing is that I think that human beings can do anything they want. Human beings, whatever you think in your mind and you have the will, listen to this, no matter how difficult something is, all right, whenever you have the will to do something, you may be able to, do it despite your conditions. This is a
Yeah,
perspective I'm having. No matter how hard your life is, whatever you put in your mind that you're going to be able to do, it will be possible.
yeah. My actually my although my like my mother's sister is well wasn't able to go to school well, but at home she studied really hard, and now she is teacher.
Wow.
Yes.
Incredibly amazing. You see,
Yeah.
everything is possible in life. So thank you, Will, for your summary about thank you with for your summary, Ryan, and your perspective about education. You know,
Yeah.
one of the lessons, I'm sorry, I was teaching before. to my students, I remember that one of the phrases says, the education is the most powerful weapon. Okay, it's the most powerful weapon to save our society
Yeah.
or to face the challenges of a society. And that is correct. Through education, we can change so many things in our lives.
Yeah.
So, education, our people, all right, may have more opportunities with good education. Our people may suffer less the consequences of the inequality. All right.
Okay.
So especially I can tell you this because if you look at many countries, all right, that invest a lot in education, you see their quality life. I'm saying I don't the intention of these comments, all right, is not to put down any country. I just want you to compare, all right, how good and how important it is for many countries to have good education. Whenever there is a nation that prioritizes, all right,
Yeah. All right.
prioritizes the educational system in its country, then you will see the difference, all right, in its citizens.
Oh, okay.
And as a final product, you're gonna have a nation that is gonna be happier, as you said before. By having a good education, you might have a happier life, or the person
Yeah.
is gonna have a happier life due to the fact that they are well educated and they will know what to do whenever there is something that they will need to face.
Yeah.
So now let's go on with the class. Let's
All
look
right.
at it. Revise and roles. Let me share my screen to you. So especially this lesson will be based a little bit more in reading. Oh, what's up with this material? Oh my God, that is the send I was sent before. I will need to talk to Shane. I think we don't have any issues here with this. Let me see. Is this Sam is going on? The Sam is going on here. I think I will need to report the situation to Shane in regards of the material
Yes. Yeah.
because the send is happening before a few minutes before maybe the link. I don't know.
I think that this is because of your security.
No, I don't think it's the security because I already have you mean like talking about the Gmail access and all that to the drive?
Yeah, and also this can maybe your this may be about this file is not it's not safe.
But I think well, what I can tell you is like usually I regularly download the file from this folder online from my drive that has been already shared to me, and it never happens to me, but since today it happens to me before, and I was like, there's something wrong here.
Yeah, I think you
Then
should report it.
yeah, I'm afraid I will need to report it. Anyway, let's
Yeah.
do it this way. I'm gonna do it online because even this
Okay.
morning I got it there and it happens to me. It should not happen, but
Yeah. Okay.
so remember, we are dependent on machines, computers.
Yes.
So I'm gonna start from there. Can you see my screen?
Can you share again?
Can you see my screen? Oh, I mean, were you able to see my screen when I was sharing?
Yes, I can see it.
It's the same situation. I even tried to download. Or is this, let me see. Let me give one more try. I'm afraid that I'll need to go back to a previous file. Okay. Okay, let's just continue. I have to use a previous file.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say to you, Wing. So let's continue with this new topic, reversing roles, all right? So this is our today's lesson.
Okay.
Let me just ask you something. So I'm gonna ask you to read this puzzle, all right? And then after that, I'm gonna ask you the questions we have there, because first, in order for you to do that, you will need to read this. Let me see how you do it.
Okay. A man and his son are in a serious car accident. The man dies and the son is taken to the hospital. When he gets there, the surgeon sees the boy and says, I can't operate on this boy. He's my son.
Wow.
How can this be?
How can it be? All right, how can this be? What is your opinion about that? What is the answer?
Well, this is quite hard to understand.
It's kind of, do you think this is contradicting? All right. Why do many people find it difficult to answer this puzzle?
Yeah, because I think the roles is not true. It's not right.
Okay. Do you think there is a mismatch? There is a discrepancy between between the person that have the accident and the doctor that will assist, all right, the guy that suffered from this accident?
Yes.
So I see. So here, the matter is the role, all right? It's
Yeah.
impossible that a person has at the same time simultaneously the same role. And that's very much what we are going to be talking about. So in life, we may have different roles. Maybe
Yeah.
some of us will maybe teachers, some of us good students, some of us maybe police officers. And there are many professions in life that we can do. Maybe in the future, you're planning to be an excellent pediatrician because you like medicine, but you also like children's. And there are many roles that we love in our lives. Now I want you to look at the photos. Okay, let me
Yeah.
just tell you. Let me just ask you, what jobs are the man and woman doing? You can choose one of them. You can choose it from the vocabulary below.
Okay. I think the man is a school teacher and the woman is an air traffic controller.
Okay, you think the woman is an air traffic controller, right?
Yes.
Okay. In fact, the man is a school teacher, as you said, and the woman is an air traffic controller. That is correct. So maybe he's my colleague, all right?
Yeah.
He's teaching there. What subject or course do you think he's currently teaching? He
I
seems to be,
think
yeah.
I think biology.
Oh, biology. He seems to be an English teacher.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. All right. So look at
Okay.
this. Woman's work, a
Wow.
man's world. So now let's listen to this. I know it's a little bit overwhelming, but I think the information is going to be highly substantial. It's very meaningful. So this is an information that I know is going to be very relevant to you.
Lesson 3E. Exercise 3.
Okay.
Woman's work. Toddler World Nursery was delighted to employ a trainee 22-year-old Jonathan Brown, as their first male nursery school teacher.
Okay.
He was also the only man who applied for the job, but, insists Marjorie Bowman, head teacher of Toddler World, by far the best applicant. Both boys and girls will benefit from the experience of having a male role model in the nursery, says mother of two, Marjorie. Jonathan has always been interested in childcare. His own mother is a childminder and his father is a teacher. I've always helped Mum with looking after all the children, he says. I'm used to changing nappies, feeding babies, reading stories and playing with Lego. But Jonathan is a rare male in a female world. Only 2% of nursery teachers are men, and this hasn't changed for 10 years. Roger Olson of the National Nursery Trust said, men are often viewed with anxiety and suspicion in a children's environment, or they are expected to do things the way women would do them. But men bring different things into childcare, and this has to be recognised. Jonathan agrees. He is a qualified under-7s football coach and plans to introduce football lessons to the nursery for boys and girls. What did Jonathan's friends think of his choice of career? Actually, most of them are pretty cool about it now, he says, though they do make jokes about nappies, and I found that girls are actually quite impressed, so that's good.
A man's world?
Okay, let's
10
see.
years ago, there were very few female air traffic controllers. It was seen as a man's world. But now, 25% of air traffic controllers in the UK are women, and the number is increasing. Caroline Beck is one of them. She says, I've always been interested in planes because of my dad. He knew a lot about them. For a while, we lived near Heathrow Airport and we used to watch all the planes taking off and landing. She was determined to be an air traffic controller. The 12 months of training, the exams and the air crash simulation exercises were tough, says Caroline, but I was well prepared for my career. What I wasn't prepared for was the reaction of some of the men, especially the older ones. The new women controllers were viewed with suspicion, and they had to work twice as hard to be accepted by their male colleagues. Nowadays, things are better, but women are still in a minority. I'm the only woman in my team, but I get on well with my colleagues. There are still plenty of jokes about women. The men say that we can't read maps, which isn't true, but I generally don't mind. My job is highly responsible and stressful, but I know I'm good at it.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
So now I know we have some questions here. Let me just,
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a few good questions. We're going to have an interaction before we go to the exercise. So let's
Okay.
talk about the Toodle World's nursery. So look at the story. Okay, let's talk about Jonathan Brown, all right? As
Yeah.
you see, it's something that may be rare because this is nursing, right?
Yes.
Nursing, and then, you know, it's like unusual to see nursing school, all right? So like in nursing school, to find men working on that, it's kind of like, so it's kind of like strange.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you an anecdote. Look at this. I remember that I was working for a company a few years ago, and the company required female English teachers for the role of that position due to the fact that they understood that was better for them, all right, to have female English teachers by that time because of the child, you know, the children, right?
Yeah.
And the situation is that some of the men who saw them, actually, they were looking for that person, this type of people, this type of applicant, especially female, and some of the men complain, all right, in the post because it was an advertising. Some of the men complains, all right, because they feel discriminated. And here's the thing. The thing is that since in that special aspect, okay, so women are considered to be the best taking care of children. You know what I mean? It's kind of like something of the nature, you know, I don't know if you understand my point. It's
Yeah, I
like,
understand.
it's kind of like they know. I guarantee you that your mother will know more. Even obviously, there's something of experience. But do you have sisters?
Yeah, I have one younger sister.
She's younger. Let's say, for example, your mother. I imagine that your mother will be um more comfortable dealing with maybe Pampers and all that, naps and all this. All
Yeah,
right, compared to you, if for example you have a baby and you're gonna change actually the all of the things that they wear, right? So
yeah,
I imagine she's gonna be faster even dealing with all that compared
yeah,
to you. All right. And
yeah,
it's kind of like the women have that special talent. They know how to do that better than us. But I'm sure that maybe you're gonna be better at dealing with a car, maybe being a good mechanic, maybe doing things. Like there are things that women can do better than men.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yes, yeah,
I'm not saying, disclaimer, I'm not saying that a man is not able to do it. But
yeah,
it's kind of like what I'm saying is like it's more common to see a man dealing with a car, maybe a mechanic, maybe doing
yeah,
things like that compared to a woman. It's kind of like everybody is good, especially in his role. But as you can see there, the guy was trying to integrate in this for their children's right in the class things that he learned. So let me ask you something, wait. What is your
okay.
opinion about this guy?
Mm, I think he is a really good man with like uh, with the skill to take care of young children, like as a nursery.
Okay, so he has the skills to take care of young children are their early ages. All right.
Yes,
So
and this is quite rare.
yeah, that's quite rare because it's not too common. It's
Yeah.
not too common to see that. And what do you think about the lady that was there working as an air traffic controller? What do you think about her?
I don't know.
Caroline
I
Beck.
I don't know in other country, but as I know, I have seen on TV there. Uh, most of the air controller that I seen on TV was women,
Yeah, I think
and
that, I'm sorry, go ahead. My
yeah,
apologies.
and I think she's really good at her job, although it's quite stressful.
Yeah, I know what is not a secret that the air traffic controller job is not
Hmm.
an easy job because it's very stressful. It's a very
Yeah,
stressful and you have a high responsibility on your hands. All right.
yeah,
Because you are even dealing with the life of so many people.
yeah,
So this is something extremely stressful. They get a lot of money. It's not a secret. They make a
yeah,
great money. All right.
yeah,
But the thing is that, so this position as seems to be in a tower, in a control tower,
yeah,
right? And also they are sat down in a chair. I'm not saying that it's the job because they are sat down in a chair, the job is easy. I'm not saying this, but I'm saying that this is a job that may be also practical for a lady, even is more common to see men doing this. All right.
yeah,
So, but what I'm gonna tell you is that it's more common to see women's air controllers, women air controllers than seeing since looking at people like men, all right, working at
uh-huh.
the nursing area.
Okay,
It's like you see, this is less common. Look
okay,
at the statistics. Look at this here. The statistics is only 2%, which is very
wow,
strange.
yeah,
Okay, give me
yeah,
just 1 second. I'm
okay,
afraid.
okay,
I think. Let me see. Okay, never mind. Something simple. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Are the man and woman good at their jobs? What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, they're really good at their job.
Okay,
Yep.
let's continue. Those are amazing jobs. So look at these sentences. What I want you to tell me now, since we already understood very well, all right, what happens in this sentence, what happens in this test, all right? So you're gonna tell me whether the answers are true or false. Okay, let's just start with the first one. Jonathan was better than the other men who applied for the job. True or false?
I don't remember. Can you turn when you turn
Page,
back?
the
Yes.
slides.
Yes. Yeah, I think that is false because he was the only man who applied for the job.
He was the only one. I can tell you this. I remember when I was in high school, I was in a polytechnic. All right. And there was there I was studying electronics. All right.
Yes.
I was not so at first I was very passionate about electronics, but then after that, when I went to college, was kind of like I get tired of it. Even I changed my career because before becoming a teacher, I wanted to be a teacher, but then I was very passionate about electronics. And then I decided to change my career and go back into teaching. And I decided to become a teacher because I was feeling more comfortable being a teacher than being an engineer. Because I like to deal with people. I like to learn new cultures. I usually have the students from all over the world. And also I have the opportunity to travel big part of the world. And I can tell you that since by that time, I saw there when I was in high school, I saw a girl, she was the only girl in electronics.
Wow.
And same happens with this. Now we have the opposite case with this man that is especially inserted in this nursery world.
Okay.
Okay, so now look at the answer. Read your analyze the test so you can provide me with a nice answer.
Okay.
Or the best answer rather. Okay. So let's continue. What's your opinion? Look at that. Jonathan was better. Oh, well, you told me that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number two, Jonathan has lots of experience of looking after small children.
Yeah, I think it's true.
The first one,
The first
so
one
you say
is
it was
false.
false because Jonathan was the only man who applied for the job. Then
Yeah.
after do number two, let's see. This one is
Yeah.
true because remember, all right, remember that Jonathan was helping his mother and his father was a teacher and his mother also had experience and he was always helping them.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see number three. The percentage of a male nursery school teachers is less than 10 years ago. What do you think?
Can you turn back?
Up, absolutely. Look at there.
Okay. I think it's false because the percentage is hasn't changed for 10 years.
Wow,
10 years.
that's right. Only 2% of the nursery school teachers are men, and this hasn't changed. Okay, 10 years. That's right.
Yeah.
That is correct. So let me just tell you something. All right. Let's go ahead with number four. People expect males nursery school teachers to behave like female nursery school teachers. Do you agree with this? True or false?
Yeah, I think true, but I don't know in the test because I didn't
think there is a
remember.
myth over here, right? There's a myth in regards of this topic. I can tell you this. I have been working, well, of course, as an English teacher. I'm not talking about as a nursery teacher.
Okay.
but I have the experience to work with all ages. And what I'm saying is that the only thing you need to do is just to know how to work. If you know how to work, if you learn, if you have the will and you like it, anything you like, as long as you like, it's not gonna be difficult.
Mm.
I remember, I don't know if you remember Michael Jordan. Do you know the basketball player Michael Jordan?
Oh, I know it. I know him.
He's a legend of the basketball. He
Yeah.
says, Michael Jordan says, all right,
Yeah.
whatever you do in life, as long as you like it, it's like being paid for doing your hobby. He says that when you do something that you really like, whatever you do that you really like it, it's like you are being paid for doing your favorite hobby.
Oh, okay.
He says that, meaning that if you are passionate about doing something, it's not gonna be too hard because you already like it. Okay, so let's
Okay.
continue. Jonathan's female friends admire him for his choice of career.
This is true.
That is worth it to find a man doing this job. I have a
Yeah.
friend of mine who has studied that. Okay,
Oh.
the number of women air traffic controllers has risen over the past 10 years.
It's true.
Okay, that is correct. Both Caroline and her dad are interested in planes.
Mm. Can I see the previous page?
Look at there. Let me just take you backwards.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Mm. Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
okay.
let's continue.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, next one. Number 7. Number 8, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Caroline wasn't surprised that the male air traffic controller, Caroline wasn't surprised that the male air traffic controllers view her with suspicion.
I think it's false because she wasn't prepared for that.
Okay, so let's continue. Okay, quite a few women's air traffic controllers can read a map.
False. Quite a few male, like man air traffic controllers. It's false.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic, great job. That's right, that's false. The man says the woman can't read maps, which isn't true.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue. I think everybody can do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's read this, learn this box. Okay. And I want you to look at the words in red in the first paragraph of this test. So, and then after that, I want you to tell me if they apply to just men, both, or just women, or both genders, all right?
Okay.
Look at there, I'm gonna show you. First, let's just read this. So it's very important to let you know that suffixes, all right, ESS indicates that the person doing a job is a woman. For example, actress, all right, air hostess, managers, waitress. So those are the suffixes, all right, that apply for the female gender, all right? However, it's not more usual to use the same term for both men and women. For example, actor, flight attendant, manager, waiter. It's like more common, all right? Because
Okay.
especially I can tell you in English, we do that more with the gender. It's kind of like we do not prioritize too much when it has to do with the genders, unless there are very specific cases, okay?
Okay.
The neutral words assistant, you can have, sorry, there can be an assistant that is female or a worker that is female or man, unlike person or officer that is a woman or a man.
Okay.
There's a woman or a man. So, and then those are now often used instead of man or woman. Police officer, a spokesperson. Okay, those are the ones we can use. Look at that. Let me just ask you something. Let's see this. Let's just go backwards.
Oh.
Let me show you something here. Okay, so let me ask you something. The word managers, this one for you. Do you think that, let me ask you something. Do you consider the word managers and the word manager? Do you think this one, if you say manager, do you consider that it's gonna be uncommon for a lady?
No, I think both men and women can do them. Can become a manager if they want.
No, but my question is, what I mean is the word manager. Do you think, what I'm asking you is that, do you consider the word manager in ladies is more common than managers? What do you think?
I think I think this word is like more common for men, but nowadays women is also use this word.
That's what I'm gonna tell you. That is the answer. Actually, nowadays women's are more called manager than managers. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
just keep this in mind. And something else I'm gonna tell you. I am going to give you as a homework. This one, the exercise number 6. Let me share it to you. What is that you're going to do? You're going to find words, all right, that can be applicable in neutral sense, all right, in the context of a profession. For example, when you say, let's say, customer service rep, customer service representative. If you're talking a customer service representative, no matter if the person is a female or a male, I want you to find unisex names, all right, of professions and occupations. Let me share this to you on Zalo. So this way you may be able to send me your picture. Let me ask you something. What did you learn, or what did we talk about today in this class?
Yeah, today in our class we talk about reversing roles, and we also know about the women's and men job work, and in the end we learn about the suffix and to how to identify if a woman or a man do the job.
And one more question I am going to ask you. Do you consider that even there are jobs that we already know they are good for ladies, but do you think that anyone can do any type of job as long as the person thinks he or she can do it?
Yeah, it definitely possible if they have passionate.
If they have the passion, do you think they can do it?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, wait. Anyway, thank you so much. Remember, tomorrow in our tomorrow's class, we're going to have the evaluation. Study as much as you can, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Can you send me the text also?
Text. Oh, the test as well? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Stay with me just to do it. Are you referring the one we just read, woman's work?
Yes. Yes, the paragraph.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look at this. Here it is. There you are. Now you got it?
Wait a minute.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, why can't I see it?
Can you see it?
Okay, I see it now.
Okay, well, anyway, thank you so much, and I wish you a fantastic rest of the day.
Yeah.
Well, the night. Perfect. See you.
Yeah.